What have you worked on, Cal, since you've been back? What have you worked on the most to get ready for that?
You know, the physicalness of the play, you have to be prepared for it. And to play through bumps and all those kind of things, to rebound in traffic with bodies on you, nudging you. To be strong with the ball, get open even if there's bodies on you, you got to get open anyway. All those kind of things. But, it's like any team we play. Teams are going to come after us, and they're going to be physical, and they're going to, teams don't surrender. I mean, they're going to do what they have to do. And so it's no different. I mean, this is an outstanding team. For me, it's one of those games, your team, you better be prepared walking in. Rick's going to have his team ready, no question, and you got to have your team ready.
Just got a bunch of guys on the team who haven't played a road game at all in college, and a bunch who haven't played at this place. Can you do anything to prepare guys for that, or is it just something experience?
I'm more worried about my team, and I keep saying this is a great game for us. And it's not it's the next game for us, but it's a great game because of how they play, how they're coached, that they got terrific talent. Don't ever take that away from those kids. They are talented. And so we're walking into that kind of environment, and we need it. We need somebody to punch us in the face. Well, let's see if we can still have fun. Can we enjoy this? If we're a world-class team, you enjoy this. Even when they're coming after you, you enjoy it. And so it's going to be a tough game for us. We know that. Like I said, for me, I hope I just made this the next game for my team. They'll probably tell you otherwise. But I just try to focus on the next game and do the same kind of preparation, even though, I know you got to be on your toes as a coach as well as a team.
From a physical standpoint, how is this different than Texas?
It's very similar. Very similar. Only Texas doesn't do it in the full court. They're not going to pick you up. You're not going to have body-to-body in the backcourt. You will in this game.
Andrew said that EJ and Dominique really helped.
They do.
Last year to sort
They
of
do.
create that
They do.
in practice.
Yeah, they do. Two good, strong athletes who get up on you and body you. But it's not just that. I mean, they play, look, they'll offensive rebound with anybody in the country. They'll shoot balls that just go. Defensively, it's obvious. They're as good as anybody in the country. They're as good as we are defensively. And we're walking into their court. We haven't played a road game. We're up against it. Chips are going on the other side. How you do? Let's see what we are. Let's see what we're about. I keep telling them, I'm anxious just to see how you respond.
A year ago, though, you go into your first road game, and it's 5 freshmen in the starting lineup. Does it make a difference that you've got guys that have been there and done that? And
Not really. It's still, we're still growing as a team. Good news is, if one group is not, when you try another group, let them. It's a little different than just hanging on. Like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? It's like, okay, you don't have it, you guys go.
I think there have been a lot of really close games in this rivalry since you got here. Is there a moment against Louisville that stands out maybe more than the others in the last 5 years?
Not really. I mean, look, it's the next game for us. We're not even in the same league. I say this now. If we win, it'll be a huge game. But we try to make this the next game on the schedule. I'm not making this bigger than it is because it's not our season. We took a Christmas break. We got our minds off basketball. We came back. We started working. We didn't have 2 weeks to work on what we're doing. And let's go. Let's play the game. Let's see where we are. It's winning or learning at this stage. There's no winning and losing right now. It's winning and learning. And I know our fans will be happy to hear me say that. But that's how I think. And they probably should start at this point in my, going on my 6th year or in my 6th year, no, I think different.
How much do you worry about them facing sort of the undefeated talk if they keep winning like this and as dominant as they've been?
When you have two groups, it's just different. When you're trying to play against yourselves, don't worry about anybody else. And we know how good teams are. I mean, we're not the only good basketball team out there. And sometimes you forget, we're not the only team with good players. You got a bunch of other teams, including Louisville, that got terrific players. So let's focus on us, and that's how I've always coached. I don't want to spend, I don't know if you asked how much time we watched video of Louisville to this point.
Cal, you've won
I
6.
wasn't finished.
Okay.
Chases people down the hall and doesn't listen. I would tell you that we haven't, I showed a little bit of Calipari today, this morning. I mean, we haven't watched, I mean, I'm worried about us. We know how good they are, and we know they're going to come after us, and it should be a terrific ball game.
Cal, you've won, thank you. You've won 6 or 7 against Rick since you moved to Lexington. If somebody beats you 6 or 7, as competitive as you are, how much would that tick you off?
I don't think he's worried about it. I mean, all he wants to do is win this one. I think we're all the same. I don't go against a coach and say, how many times has he beaten me? I've been beaten plenty of times and have had some shellackings in there where you have to walk off the court and really not watch the tape. I've done that many times in my career. But I don't think he's worried about it, and certainly I'm not worried about it.
Is there not a guy in your career that maybe got the better of you that it eats at you at all?
I've been doing this 20-some years. Doing it, what, 750 times, not including NBA. 800 games I've coached. I mean, no, I can't. Plus, I can't remember. I can't remember my players' names, nor my number, let alone a game 10 years ago.
Do you ever allow yourself to appreciate rivalries like this, though? I mean, at any point in your career, I mean, the tradition and all that goes into it?
Maybe look back at the UMass Temple. That thing was crazy. But look, the teams I've coached, every game is someone's Super Bowl. When we were at UMass, I said the story. I can remember watching Maryland play somebody, and their students said, "We want UMass." I turned the TV up. What? Maryland wants UMass? I called my staff, "Are you watching this?" And the same with Memphis. They're chanting at the end of games, "We want Memphis, we want," they're waiting for us. And the same here. So no, look, they're all rivalry games to me. It's another game. We try not to take any team lightly. Okay, Columbia, you're down 11-0. How do you like that? Could have been 15-0. So you got to take each game as they come.
John, you talked about defensive rebounding a lot. Are there other areas where you're looking for improvement, immediate improvement?
Well, part of our execution offensively, hard cuts, getting rid of the ball early, sprinting the floor so we can get some easy baskets. Last game we did, but we had worked on it for a week. Defensive rebounding is our biggest issue. Guard rebounding. I mean, those are major concerns because now a team can shoot 30% and still beat you. Just shoot it and go rebound. That's a concern of mine. If our guards start rebounding, we should. We're big. We just don't. We don't get in there and mix it up. And we've done stuff here last 10 days to try to cure it, but it's just going to be, it's going to be one of those things. We're not a team that comes out and tries to rip your arms off. That's not how we play. So hopefully when the other team comes at us, we'll be ready to battle back because we've done things in practice to play that way.